A very good afternoon to all of you present here. Welcome to day 2 of workshop on Vedic mathematics. Yesterday we learned unique ways to multiply and square numbers using Vedic mathematics. Are we ready to learn what Sir has planned for us today? Okay, over to you, Avinash sir.
So today we are going to learn many more techniques on Vedic mathematics, how exactly we can improve our speed in calculation. I think let me present the screen, then I'll talk a little more. Okay. So give me a minute to present the screen. So today we are going to learn many more tricks related to Vedic mathematics. I think before we begin with Vedic mathematics, let me give you a trick. I think it would be great. Let me perform a trick. It's not the normal trick that I'm going to perform, but instead, so that's going to be a magic trick. Okay. So I know that it's afternoon time, and I do not know how many of you just woke up from the sleep, just had a very small nap, or maybe some must be falling onto sleep or something, just to make you active. So let me perform that magic trick first. So in order to perform this trick, even your cooperation is also a must. Okay. So in the next slide, let me tell you what exactly I'm going to do. So this trick is about I'm predicting your birthday. So trick is about I'm predicting your birthday, and everyone can try, but I don't think I can give. There are about 100 to more than 100 students. I cannot give opportunity to everyone. Maybe 5 to 6 of the participants I can give the opportunity later. So in the next slide, I'm going to display certain steps for you all. So kindly perform those, whatever is mentioned, kindly perform it. And once you're done with that, I'll tell you what exactly you're supposed to do. Okay. So are you all ready? I'm looking at the chat box. When I ask something, it would be great if you could put it in the chat box. Okay. So I can see yes in the chat box. So we will begin then. So first thing, what you have to do is you consider the number of month in which you were born. Suppose you were born in the month of January, the number is 1. For February, it is 2. For March, it is 3. And same, if your birthday is in the month of December, the number is 12. So in that way, just consider the month in which we are born and see its corresponding number. If it is October, it's 10. I hope you are ready with the number, the month in which you were born. So now what you have to do is you just have to double that number. Most probably it's a single digit, or in some cases, if you are born in the month of November or December, it will be a double digit number. So just double it. So after doubling, you have got an answer. So to that answer, you add 5. You add 5 to the answer that you get once you double. And after that, you multiply the answer by 5. So after adding 5, you have got an answer. To that answer, you multiply by 5. So you may take a little time over there while multiplying, because you may get a 3-digit number or something there, 3 or 4 digits, depending on whichever month you were born. Okay, so I'll give about 10 seconds to multiply by 5. Okay, so now what you do is, so after that number, what you have got after multiplying, you put a 0 behind it. Suppose after multiplying, if you have got the answer as 150, you put one more zero, 10 behind it. That means it will be 1500. Suppose the answer is 325, you put a 0, so your answer becomes 3250. Okay, so I hope you all are following. And here we have the final step that you need to do. And the last step is you have to add your date of birth. You have to add your date of birth, the date in which you were born. Just add it to the final answer. And please don't go to put the answer in the chat box. Please don't do it. Okay, so I hope you have finished adding it. So it's time for you to tell me the answer, and then I will guess. So I think we will give the opportunity based on whoever puts their name in the chat box. The first 2 to 3 students who puts their name in the chat box will get the chance. Okay. You can on your mic and talk later. So I'll put your names in the chat box. Whoever is ready with their answers. Nobody is ready. Okay, so we will begin with the Jane, then Avilash, Joshua, and Raul. Okay, so we will begin with Jane. Jane, please on your mic. Yeah, Jane, what answer did you get?
4312.
So you have got 4312. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Just check the steps. Just check the steps once again. Okay. Yeah, I think we will go with just check the steps if you have got the same. Abhilash,
858, sir.
you have got 858,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you were born in the month of July 8th,
No.
right? You're not born in the month of July 8th?
No, sir.
Okay, there is, just take the calculation once again. Okay, student, just take the calculation once again. I think we will go with Joshua. Joshua, can you
318.
tell me? You have got 318. You were born in the month of January, right?
No, sir.
I think all have done the mistake in the calculation. Just check the calculation once again. You have to get a 3-digit number or a 4-digit number. I think we will go with Rahul. At the final, you don't have to add your year of birth. You have to add the date. If you're born in the month of, on the date of 5, you just have to add 5 there. Yeah, Rahul, can you tell me what answer you have got?
1073.
I don't know why everyone are getting different answers. Okay, I think Jane Kutina in the first link says 871. Could you just on your mic? Jane Kutina with the register number, I think 182140.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Jane, you were born in the month of June.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your date is 21.
Yes.
Okay, so I want even others to try. You have gone wrong in calculation. Okay, so anybody else wants to try, you can tell your name, you can on your mic and give a try. Okay, I think we will go with Lizanne.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
963.
963. Okay, so you were born in the month of July 13,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Lishma. Lishma,
Yes, sir.
yeah, tell me what answer you have got.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me your answer.
1072.
1072. You were born in the month of August, right?
Yes, sir.
22.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
I think any if the lecturers want to try, they can give us and they can directly on their mic and give a try if anybody is ready.
Me, 561.
561. Okay, so you were
Yeah.
born in the month of March
Yes.
11th,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah. Okay, so I know you want to know the technique. Do you want to know the secret or not? Nobody wants to know the secret? Okay, so I'll reveal the secret, but you have to wait a bit. So be active till then. So definitely I'm going to reveal the secret in some times. So now what we will do is we will begin with Vedic mathematics because I want that suspense to be there in you. At the end of the session, I'm going to reveal the secret how exactly to find out the month as well as the day on which somebody else has born when they give the final answer. Okay. So today what we are going to learn is we are going to learn a technique to for subtraction. So subtraction using the rule all from 9 and last from 10. How exactly do you subtract if you have to subtract two numbers? Do you subtract from left hand side to right hand side or from right hand side to left hand side? I'm looking for your answers in the chat box. Do you subtract from right hand side to left hand side or from left to right? Is there anybody who can subtract from left hand side to right hand side? Okay, so I can see in the chat box only from right to left, right to left. So that is from your right hand side to left hand side. Correct, no? So today I'm going to teach you a specific technique which will help you to do the subtraction from left hand side to right hand side. Okay, so the name of the method is all from 9 and last from 10. As I said, it is a specific technique which can be applied only for few cases. So before that, we will see what exactly the method is all about and where you can apply. This method is used to subtract any number from a power of 10. And you all know what is the power of 10. So 10 to the power 1, which is 10, 10 to the power 2, which is 100, 10 to the power 3, which is 10 into 10 into 10, and so on for 10 to the power 4. So in case if you have to subtract any number from 10 or 100 or 1000 or 10,000, you can perform this method. Suppose you want to have the question like this: subtract 578 from 1000. How do we write it? Do we write 587 minus 1000 or 1000 minus 578? Do we write 578 minus 1000 or 1000 minus 578? We write it as 1000 minus 578. And I think you have used two different terms while subtracting. Can you tell me what do you call the first number as? Let's see how many of you remember, because I'll be using the same term again and again. What do you call the first number as when you have to subtract? And the second number. You have used two different terms. Let's see who will remember. This is a basic concept that you have learnt in your fifth, sixth, or seventh standard. Nobody? Okay, it's minuend. So I think Ashok sir has given the answer. The first number you call it as the minuend, and the second number you call it as the subtrahend. So minuend is a number from which another number has to be subtracted, whereas the subtrahend is the number which you will have to subtract it from the first one. Usually the first number is minuend and the second number is subtrahend. Suppose you have to subtract these two numbers. If you have to subtract 578 from 1000, the normal method, what you do is, let's go with the conventional method first, then I'll go with the method of Vedic mathematics. You will do 0 minus 8 and you will say it is not possible. So we'll go to the 10th digit and you will say you cannot borrow anything because it's 0 over there. So once again, what will you do? You will go to the 100th digit, and even in the 100th digit also you have a 0 there. Definitely you can't borrow anything. So we'll go to 1000th digit, and from here you will borrow 1 and you will write it here, and here 0 remains. You have 10 here, so from 10 you will borrow 1, here 9 remains. You will strike this 10 because you have to borrow 1 here, and here 9 remains. Then you will do 10 minus 8, which gives you 2, then 9 minus 7, then 9 minus 5, and so on. So definitely this will take little longer time. Definitely you may get the answer within 1 minute, but now the technique what I'm going to teach you in this, you can get the answer within 5 seconds. The technique says all from 9 and last from 10. Let's understand what exactly the name given. So all from 9 means you have to subtract all the digits of the subtrahend. Subtrahend is the second number from 9, except the last digit, because last digit should be subtracted from 10. The technique all from 9 and last from 10 says you consider the subtrahend. Here the subtrahend is 578. You have to subtract all the digits of the subtrahend from 9 and the last digit from 10. So all means all the digits except the last digit. That is the meaning. Okay. So we will do that. So you have 578. So you can subtract each of the digits from 9. So we will be beginning from left hand side and then we will be proceeding to the right hand side. So it's a left to right method. So 9 minus 5, that gives you 4. Then go for the next digit, 9 minus 7, which gives you 2. And according to the rule, when you reach the last digit, that should be subtracted from 10. Okay. So 10 minus 8, which gives you 2. So once again, I'll repeat the method in brief. So you have to do all from 9 and last from 10. And whenever you have to subtract, in this case, you just consider the subtrahend, and each of the digits of the subtrahend should be subtracted from 9 except the last digit, because according to the rule, the last digit should be subtracted from 10. Okay. So you can do first 9 minus 5, that gives you 4. Then 9 minus 7, which gives you 2. And when you reach the last digit, you're not supposed to do 9 minus 8 there, but you're supposed to do 10 minus 8, that gives you 2. So I hope you have got the technique by now. So I think we will go with the next question. You can try this even if you have a decimal number which you have to subtract from a power of 10. You can use the same technique. Okay. So you have 100, which minus 53.46. First you identify which is the last digit. So last digit doesn't mean that it is the units digit. Last digit means it is the final most digit of the given number. In this case, the last digit is 6. So for the subtrahend, you just have to worry about the subtrahend. That's it. Okay, just worry about the subtrahend and subtract each of the digit of the subtrahend from 9 and the last from 10. So 9 minus 5, you get 4. 9 minus 3, which gives you 6. And 9 minus 4, which gives you 5. And when you reach the last digit, it has to be subtracted from 10. So 10 minus 6 gives you 4. Suppose, let me give you a real life situation. Suppose you go to a shop and you give 100, you purchase something that of say about 73 rupees and you give 100 rupees. In case if you want to know how exactly the shopkeeper have to give, what is the change the shopkeeper has to give you back, you can perform the same technique. So in case even if you give a 2000 rupee note and suppose you have purchased something that of 784 rupees, what is the change the shopkeeper has to give? Some of you may be very quick enough to answer, but not everyone. So that technique I'm going to teach you in the next part of this session, because first we need to look for the different cases that comes in this one. Okay, so can you try the next one where you have to subtract 785.4 from 1000? I can already see so many answers in the chat box. So Lakshmi, Preeti, Lionel, then Devika, Diksha, Lisha, all are quick enough to answer. So you can do all from 9 and last from 10. Always remember, you may go wrong while doing that last from 10. You may subtract the last digit also from 9. That may happen. So you have to do 9 minus 7, which gives you 2. Then 9 minus 8, which gives you 1. And 9 minus 5, which gives you 4. Since you have reached the last digit and put the decimal as it is, when you have reached the last digit, you have to do 10 minus 4. And 10 minus 4 gives you 6. So you get the answer as 214.6. How long did you take? You just took about 5 seconds. That's it. Okay. So in order to be thorough with finding the difference between the 9, I hope you remember how exactly I told you how exactly you can improve your calculation, improve your speed in the calculation to find out the difference between 10. And I know you already know how to find the difference between 10 and already know how to find the difference from 9. But only thing is, the aim of Vedic mathematics is improving our skills. That is more important. Improving our accuracy, improving our speed in calculation. That is what matters. So same like a 10-point circle, you also have a 9-point circle, which contains 9 points on the circle. And definitely by now you can guess what are the points. That is from 1 to 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you can look at the numbers which are opposite to each other. So 8 and 1, in the same way 7 and 2, 6 and 3, 5 and 4. So these opposite numbers, when you add, you get the answer as 9. At the same time, if you subtract any of the number from 9, you get the answer as the number which is on the opposite side. So what I suggest you is that you just remember these pairs: 8 and 1, 7 and 2, 6 and 3, and 5 and 4. I know you know the difference of any number from 9, but it's a tip I'm giving you. If you want to improve, if you want to increase the speed in your calculation, just remember how exactly you can find the difference of the given number from 9. So I'll give you just about 10 seconds of time just to remember these pairs, so that when you perform the same method which I taught you just now, subtraction using all from 9 and last from 10, definitely your speed will still increase. You would take less than 5 seconds for now. I'll just leave the slide for 10 seconds. Just remember it in this way: 8 and 1, 7 and 2, 6 and 3, and 5 and 4. And also remember a 10-point circle. I'll give you about 10 to 20 seconds. Okay, so I think y'all are ready with the differences. Y'all are quick enough to give the differences. And I'm going to give you 5 questions now. The 5 questions are displayed on your screen. So try this first. In case if you feel like you want to write and try, you can definitely give a try. And once you finish all the 5, put the answer of all the 5 in the chat box. Okay. And I know that some of them are really trying, so I'll give some time for them. So I'll give about 1 or 2 minutes to solve. Those who are still trying, those who are really working hard to give the answer, definitely I'll give time. Some have already given the answer very quick. That's great. I'll give 1 more minute for all those who are still trying. Be careful when you deal with the last digit. The final digit has to be subtracted from 10 and not from 9. Whereas all the other digits should be subtracted from 9. Okay, so Purnima, Natchit, Lionel, Ashley, Lakshmi, Fiona, and Bina all have given the answer. That's great. Okay, so others also give a try. I'll give few seconds. I'm sure if I had given you the same question before explaining the concept, you would have taken more than 1 minute to solve. Now the speed has, the time what you take has reduced, whereas the speed has increased. So we will begin with the first one where you have to subtract 65 from 100. You need not even write it like this. You need not even write 100 minus 67. Just look at the digits, and if you know what exactly you have to do, all from 9 and last from 10, you get the answer. So you have to do their 9 minus 6, which gives you 3, and 10 minus 7, that gives you 3, which gives you 33 as the answer. Whereas for the second one, you have to subtract 86.74 from 100. You can do all from 9 and last from 10. 9 minus 8 gives you 1, 9 minus 6 gives you 3, 9 minus 7 gives you 2, and 10 minus 4 gives you 6. In the same way, for the next 3 questions, you can just have a look at the answer and cross check if you have done it correctly. I'll just give you about 10 seconds of time just to check if you have done it correctly. And I can see all those who have given the answers in the chat box, all of them have given right. This is what is the advantage of Vedic mathematics, that there will be more accuracy and the chances that you will go wrong are reduced. So as I said, it is a specific technique. It will work for only specific numbers. The trick will work whenever you have the minuend to be a power of 10 and the number of digits in the minuend is exactly one more than the subtrahend. You can definitely watch it over here. The number of digit, I just mean that even if it is 1000, we will consider it as 1000.0 when you have to subtract 487.8 from 1000. Okay, so you can just check the number of digits. You have 1 2 3 4 digits here, whereas in the minuend you have 1 2 3 4 5 digits including that point 0. So only in that case this trick will work. So there is a limitation of this trick. Okay, so but however there is an extension technique of this trick. But before we go for the extension, I want you to try this number. Okay, so it's pretty easy. You need not even write in your book, just by looking at the digits there, but make sure the minuend has exactly one digit more than the subtrahend. And I'm looking for your answer in the chat box. It won't take much time. It will just take 5 to 6 seconds of your time. Okay, so Purnima and Lakshmi are quick enough to give the answer. Okay, that's great. And even Haritha, Devana, okay, wonderful. So I'll give few more seconds for those who are trying without even writing 1 crore minus whatever. You without even writing that, you can do it directly just by looking at the digit. So you have subtracted one number from 1 crore. Isn't it great? And you have not even taken more than 5 to 6 seconds. I'm sure about it. So you just have to use all from 9 and last from 10. Just concentrate on the subtrahend. That's all you have to do. So 9 minus 8 gives you 1. 9 minus 7 gives you 2. 9 minus 0 gives you 9. 9 minus 5 gives you 4. 9 minus 8 gives 1. 9 minus 7 is 2. 9 minus 3 is 6. 9 minus 9 gives you 0. And put the decimal. 9 minus 2, that gives you 7. And when you reach the final digit, you have to subtract it from 10. So 10 minus 4, which gives you 6. How did you find the method? Was it easy, difficult, confusing? Okay, so it's easier. I'm happy to know that. Okay, so we will move on to the extension to this technique. Okay, the same method that we have learned all from 9 and last from 10 can also be used for one more case. So whenever the number of zeros in the minuend is greater than or equal to the number of digits in the subtrahend. So I'll explain you with an example itself. We will try to understand the given statement with respect to the example. So if you have to subtract, so initially I said the trick will work whenever you have to subtract a given number from power of 10. But however, this number is not a power of 10. You have 500 there. So the trick also works. The extension technique says then you count how many zeros are there in the minuend. So this is the minuend, and in the minuend you have two zeros. And count how many digits do you have in the subtrahend, and in the subtrahend you have two digits. If the number of zeros are same as the number of digits in the subtrahend, or the number of zeros in the minuend are more than the subtrahend, the same technique can be followed. You can even use all from 9 and last from 10. But only thing is you just have to perform one additional step there, and that additional step is easy. You just have to subtract 1. That's it. Okay, so I'll tell you what exactly to do. Since the subtrahend has two digits, so we will just make a partition. We will just divide it. So this we will consider to be the first group. You have 5 there. Okay, so whatever number you have after this, before this line, you just subtract 1. Subtract 1 from that number. So 5 minus 1, that gives you 4. Whereas for the, consider the remaining the digits of the subtrahend and subtract each of the digits using all from 9 and last from 10. So you have to start from all from 9 until you reach the last digit. When you reach the last digit, you have to do 10 minus that particular digit. So 9 minus 2, that gives you 7, and 10 minus 7 gives you 3. So you get 473 as the answer. I'll go with one more problem so that you will understand it better. So suppose you have to subtract 48 from 3000. Suppose you have to subtract 48 from 3000. So just count how many zeros are in the minuend. There are 3 zeros in the minuend. And in the subtrahend, you have 2 digits. So definitely the condition works. What condition I've given, that works so that you can perform the technique. So apart from this 2 digits in the subtrahend, you just draw a line. Okay, you need not draw a line. You can just imagine that line. But since we are learning the method for the first time, that's the reason I'm drawing a line there. You consider the number what you have before that line. You have 30 there. Do 30 minus 1, which gives you 29. And for the remaining digits, for the subtrahend digits, you do all from 9 and last from 10. So 9 minus 4 gives you 5, and 10 minus 8 gives you 2. I can even see in the chat box, many have given the answer. That's wonderful. Okay, if anybody wants to give some seconds towards the method, you can just have a look at it, how exactly the method works. Based on the number of digits in the subtrahend, you're just drawing a line, and whatever number you have before that line in the minuend, you subtract it with 1. 30 minus 1 gives you 29, and then you do all from 9 and last from 10 for the digits of the subtrahend. I hope the method is clear for everyone. I think we will go with the next question. I think I want you all to try this. 436 from 18,000. Let's see who will give the right answer first. Okay, so Purnima is quick enough to give the answer. Then that's it. That's wonderful. Even Mohit Krishna. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I think we will discuss. So you can see that minuend has 3 zeros, whereas the subtrahend has 3 digits. So definitely the condition works. So you can stop imagining line. So we will stop imagining that line. We will just consider that number, which is 18. So you will have to do 18 minus 1 first, which gives you 17. And for the remaining digits, you have to do all from 9 and last from 10. So 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 minus 3 is 6. and 10 minus 6, that gives you 4. So you get 17564 as the answer. Okay, so you can even try this. I'm going to the different problems where you come across different types of number there. 8000 minus 172. So you can just do 8 minus 1 first, which gives you 7. And for the digits of the subtrahend, you can do all from 9 and last from 10. So 9 minus 1 gives you 8, 9 minus 7 gives you 2, and 10 minus 2 gives you 8. You can try this one. This is little tricky where you may make mistake there, but it's at the same time it is easier. I'm looking for your answers in the chat box. So you have 4 zeros in the minuend, whereas you have 3 digits in the subtrahend. So you just have to consider 20 and do 20 minus 1. That gives you 19. Don't go to the impression that you have a 0 and its previous number is 9, and don't go to write it as 29. You will go wrong. So just consider the entire number there, which is 20, and 20 minus 1 gives you 19. Then you can do all from 9 and last from 10, which gives you the answer as 19684. In the same way, for the next one also you can give a try. 242 minus 1, you can do it easily, and then all from 9 and last from 10 for the subtrahend. Okay, so 24,200 minus 28. So you have to consider the 242, just subtract it with 1, you get 241. And for the subtrahend, you can do all from 9 and last from 10. Okay, so now I'm going to give you 5 different questions. So each question is different from the other. Okay, so give a try for this, and once you finish all the 5, put the answer in the chat box. Each question is different from the other, so give a try. I'll give you about 2 minutes of time, and each question would take just about 5 to 6 seconds of your time. That's it. I'll give you 1 more minute. You can give a try, and let me know if I'm fast so that I can reduce the speed. Or is the speed is fine for you all, or is it too slow? Okay, so Ashlyn is quick to give the answer for all the 5. Okay. Check whether the given condition works. I'm giving you a hint for something. When you can apply the technique. Check if you can apply for all or not. I'll give you a few more seconds. Okay, so we'll discuss the first one. It's pretty easier. So where you have to subtract 76 from 23,500. So the condition works. You have 2 zeros and there are 2 digits. So 235 minus 1, which gives you 234, and you can do all from 9 and last from 10 for 76. So you get the final answer as 23424 there. In the same way, for the next one, be careful when you subtract. This is where you go wrong. You may go wrong. And the condition works because you have 4 zeros in the minuend, and whereas there are 2 digits in the subtrahend, definitely the condition works. You have to consider 5,100. You have to subtract it with 1. So 5,100 minus 1 gives you 5,099. Okay. And then you can do all from 9 and last from 10 for 87. 9 minus 8 gives you 1 and 10 minus 7 gives you 3. For the next one, see where exactly you have to make that partition. Imaginary line I told you, it's over here. So 3200 minus 1, which gives you 3199. And for 0.17, you can do all from 9 and last from 10. What about this question? I can see most of them are giving the answer for this question. So according to the technique what I have given, for this question, the technique doesn't work. The reason why I have given this because just to make sure where exactly you cannot use it and where you can use it. That is more important to know. So in this case, you have the number of zeros to be 2, whereas the number of digits to be 3. You have different methods also. You have some of the general method in Vedic mathematics for subtraction. You can use that technique. But since we have only 4 days of workshop, so that particular concept I haven't included over here. And we will move on for the next question. So you just have to make the partition over here, and you get one part as 15319 and other part as you can do all from 9 and last from 10. So you get the final answer to be 1531,942. And I can see most of them have given the right answer. That's wonderful, except for that fourth question. Anyhow, doesn't matter. Okay, so let's move on. So now, if I ask you this question, let's be sincere. It's an interactive session, so I expect you to give your genuine answer. The honest answer would be great. Okay, so because we are not going to judge anybody here. Okay, so the session has to be interactive. That's the reason I'm asking you. Or in case if you feel shy to give the answer in the chat box, you can just think of it. But it would be great if you can put it in the chat box. So how long will you take to multiply the following numbers? Okay, so I've displayed the number. How long will you take to multiply these numbers? You can just don't go to multiply for now. You can just think about it, how long you're going to take to multiply this number. Okay. Okay, some of them have already given how long do they take. Some are saying 5 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Maybe you take 1 minute or 5 minutes, or it could be even if you take 10 minutes. At the end, after doing everything, you cannot guarantee that that is the answer, isn't it? You may have a doubt. What if I have gone wrong somewhere? I'm sure about it because that is our mind. We always have doubt on ourselves, which is not allowing us to do something new. Okay, so I'm going to teach you a unique technique to multiply these numbers through which you can just find the product in 5 seconds. Trust me, you only require 5 seconds to find the product. And also most of the calculator will fail to give the answer. If you take a non-scientific, which is a non-scientific calculator, a normal calculator, definitely it will not give you the answer for this product. At the same time, even if you take a scientific calculator that will display the answer, it will give the answer, but it will not give you the exact answer. The answer will be converted into 10 to the power of something. Okay, I don't say that there might be some calculator which will give the answer, but most of the calculator will definitely fail to give the answer for this, but not the human mind. Okay, so I hope you all are ready to learn this amazing technique which will help you to get the product in just 5 seconds. Yeah, so multiplication by series of nines. Series of nines means you have a number which is involving only 9 as a digit. It can be 999, 999, or 9999, and so on. Okay, so in this case, you have 3 different cases. So we will only cover one case over here, and the remaining 2 cases, they are also pretty simple. We can cover it in the uh, tomorrow's session. If time permits, we will see. So the number of digits in the multiplicand is equal to the number of digits in the multiplier. So you have something called as multiplicand, you have something called as the multiplier. So which is the multiplicand and which is the multiplier here? Which number do you call it as the multiplicand? Where you have to multiply 654 by 999. Confused? The first number is called as the multiplicand. 654 is multiplicand, whereas 999 is the multiplier. We are discussing the first case where the number of digits in the multiplicand and the number of digits in the multiplier are exactly same. You have 3 digits in the multiplicand and you have 3 digits in the multiplier. Okay, so 654 multiplied by 999. So basically this method is about finding the left part of the answer first and then the right part of the answer. So if you have to find the left part of the answer, so you consider the multiplicand. So what is the multiplicand here? It is 654. So you can do 654 minus 1, subtract 1 from the multiplicand, so which gives you 653, and that will be the left part of the answer. If you have to find the right part of the answer, what you can do is you have to consider the left part of the answer. Okay, to obtain the right part of the answer, you have to consider the left part of the answer and subtract each of the digits of the left part from 9. So you have to subtract each of the digits of left part from 9. You can do 9 minus 6, which gives you 3, 9 minus 5 gives you 4, and 9 minus 3, which gives you 6. So you get 346 as the right part and 653 as the left part. You can combine them and you can write the answer as 653346. I think we will do one more. Multiply 9994 by 9999. I think you can give a try to this question. Let's see who can give the answer. Be careful when you find the right part of the answer. To find the right part of the answer, you need to consider the left part. Okay, so let's obtain the left part of the answer. Consider the multiplicand, which is 9994, subtract 1, which gives you 9993. And to obtain the right part of the answer, you have to consider the left part, which is 9993. Okay, and subtract each of the digits from 9. 9 minus 9 gives you 0, 9 minus 9 gives you 0, 9 minus 9 gives you 0, and for the last one you have to do 9 minus 3, which gives you 6. Don't consider the multiplicand there while finding the right part. So you get the answer as 9993006. Okay, so I think you can give a try. Okay, don't want. We will go for the larger number. That would be good. So we are having only 10 minutes left. So I'll go with the larger number. And as I said in the beginning, when I asked you to multiply the bigger number, especially the second question, okay, you told you would take 5 minutes. You told you would take 1 minute, but I'll give you 2 minutes of time to solve these two questions. You can multiply these two questions in the same way as I've told you, and you can write the product what you get in the chat box. I'll give you some time for this. You have to subtract 1 from the multiplicand to obtain the left part of the answer, and to obtain right part, subtract each of the digits of the left part from 9. I can see so many of them are giving the answers in the chat box. That's wonderful. I'll give you a few seconds for all those who are still trying. Okay, so let's go with the first one, where you have to multiply 4, 5, 9, 7, 8, 9 by so many 9s. So you just have to subtract 1 from the multiplicand. That gives you 459788. And to obtain the right part, you have to consider this. Some of them may consider the multiplicand. You will go wrong. In case if you are considering multiplicand, you can follow the same technique, but you will have to do all from 9 and last from 10 there. That means you have to subtract the first few digits except the last digits from 9, and the last digit should be subtracted from 10 in case if you are considering multiplicand in order to find the right part of the answer. Okay, So I've already got the left part, and to obtain the right part, subtract each of the digits of this from 9. So 9 minus 4 gives you 5, 9 minus 5 gives you 4, 9 minus 9 gives you 0, 9 minus 7 gives you 3, 9 minus 8 gives you 1, and 9 minus 8 gives you 1. So 54021 is the right part there. In the same way, you can even give a try for the next question. So 854975, where you have to multiply it by so many nines, and definitely you can count how many digits multiplication you have done now. So you have done the multiplication of two numbers, and each number is involving about 6 digits. So 6 digits in the sense you're multiplying two numbers which are in terms of lakhs, and it's difficult to read out the answer, I'm sure about it, but it's not difficult to find out the answer. You have found the answer within just to 5 to 10 seconds at the maximum, but you may not be able to read out the answer. But if you try, you can definitely give a try. Either it can be in the Indian number system or in the international number system, how exactly you read. So let's obtain the left part. So consider the multiplicand 854975. Do minus 1, which gives you 854974. And the remaining part, what you can do is you can subtract each of the digit from 9. So 9 minus 8 gives you 1, 9 minus 5, that gives you 4, 9 minus 4 gives you 5, 9 minus 9 gives you 0, 9 minus 7 gives you 2, and 9 minus 4 gives you 5. So 145025 is the answer. So how do you find it? Do you felt that this method is helpful, or the old method which you used to follow to multiply two numbers was much better? Okay, so that's, I can see some of them are giving the answers in the chat box. That's great to know. And case 2, I think we will discuss case 2 in the next class, in the tomorrow session, because we have something remaining, correct? No, in the beginning of the class I had performed the trick and I must give the solution for it. So let me give me some time. So in case if anybody wants to try with that magic trick, so I think you can give a try, especially those who have joined later. I hope the screen is visible. So especially those who have joined later, I'm just performing the trick for you all. So what you do is you consider the number of month in which you were born. Suppose you were born in the month of January, your number is 1. If it is February, it is 2. If it is December, it is 12. And then you have to double it. Just double that, whatever number you have, double it. And once you double, you add 5 to it. Do plus 5 to the answer. And once you do plus 5, you multiply the given answer. What answer you get ultimately, you multiply it by 5. So I'll give you a few seconds to multiply. That would take a little time. And once you're done with that, you put a 0 behind the answer. Okay, if you, after multiplying, if you have got the answer to be 156, you put a 0, making it as 1560. And after that, what you have to do is you just have to add the date of your birth. If it is 16, you just add 16. If it is 1, you just add 1. Okay, and then I had asked you to give the answer, and I've already given enough open. If anybody else wants to give a try, you can definitely give a try. But provided first check whether you have done all the steps correctly. If anybody is ready, can on the mic. Otherwise, I'll give the secret directly. Okay, so I think I'll go with the chat box. I can see some of them. Ananya Lakshmi says she has got 1263 as the answer. So that means you were born in the month of October, and your date is 13. Okay, and from the other one, I'll just try one because I cannot try all of them. So one with the name Lakshmi, you say that your number is 1158. So your date is 8th and the month is, it's August. Okay, so let me give the trick. let me give the secret behind the trick. I know you all are very excited to know the secret. Aren't you all? Yes or no? Because it's a different way, because when it comes to the online class, we will lack something called as the response from the students. Okay, I'm happy to know your response. So the secret is like this. So everything in the secret is based on the final answer that you get, the final answer what you obtain. So I think you must be remembering in the beginning, some of them give the answer. In some cases, when I predicted the month, they told it is not right. So I immediately gave saying that they have gone wrong. Yes, they have gone wrong. In some cases, some of the answer I have even told it is not possible to get that answer. Okay, it is not at all possible to get that answer, because the answer depends on the month as well as day depends on the answer. So in the final answer, some of you may get a 3-digit number, whereas some of you may get a 4-digit number. So especially those who have their those who were born in the month of, say, it could be October, November, December, as well as even September, and October may get a 4-digit number, whereas others may get a 3-digit number. So to obtain the month, what you have to do is you have to consider the last 2 digits of your answer. Okay, the last 2 digits of your answer. I think I've made some error in that. So yeah, so you consider the last 2 digits of your answer, whereas this is to obtain the date. Okay, the first one has to be to obtain the date, and the second one has to be to obtain the month. I'll just correct it. Okay, so give me a minute. So just 1 minute, 1 minute. I'll display it once again. Is the screen visible? No, right? It just appears to be a blank screen, right? Okay, just give me a minute.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I think this would take a little time. So let me tell you the secret orally, that would be good. So you ultimately you will get a 4-digit number or a 3-digit number. So what you can do is you consider the last 2 digits of your answer. Okay, so whatever may be the last 2 digits, and remember that last 2 digit will be always greater than 50. Okay, because you have to subtract the last 2 digits from 50. So only if you subtract the last 2 digits from 50, uh, you will get the date on which you were born. And apart from the last 2 digits, you will be remaining with a 1 digit or a 2-digit number. That should be subtracted with the 2. In that case, you will get the month in which you were born. So as an example, I think I'll go with the chat box. What Ananya Lakshmi has told, it is 1263 is her answer. 1263 is her answer. So consider the last 2 digit, which is 63. You do 63 minus 50, that gives you 13. So 13 will be the date on which she was born. And apart from that 63, you have 12 there. You do 12 minus 2, and 12 minus 2 gives you 10. And that gives you the month. 10th month is October. So I hope you understood the trick behind it, the secret behind it. I couldn't show it. So if it is a yes, please put a yes, so that I'll come to the conclusion that you have got the secret. Okay, fine. So that's all for today. I think it's 4:30, and we will have many more tricks in the next class. So with that, I will stop here, and thank you. So I think your mom will speak for something, I think, for attendance. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that wonderful session, sir. Participants, if you have any questions, now is the time to ask.
Yeah, I think somebody wants to know about the month. Okay, so let me
Yeah,
clear
Ashok, sir.
Yeah. You will get a 4-digit number there. In the 4-digit, the last 2 digits will be for date, whereas the remaining 2 digits or 1 digit. So in some cases, you will get 4-digit or 3-digit number. The remaining 2-digit or 1 digit is for the month. So what you have to do is, for the remaining 1 or 2 digit, you have to subtract it with 2. Okay, suppose you get the answer as I said 1543. So 15 is for the month. You just have to do 15 minus 2. That cannot be the answer anyhow, because you don't have the 13th month. Maybe if you get 1, 2, 3, 4 as the 1, 2, 5, 8 as the answer, the final answer 1, 2, 5, 8. So 1, 2 represents the month. You just do minus 2. 1, 2 minus, that is 12 minus 2 gives you 10. 10th month. And I think I told 5, 8. So 58 minus 50 you do, you get 8 there. So 8 will be the date. Okay, I think that's clear.
Participants, please find the feedback link in the chat. Please fill it up before you leave the meeting, and we'll see you tomorrow at 3:30.